in my last response video, I sang a song to the original creator, Shawn the Book Maniac. Don't worry, I won't subject you all to that. Hello everyone, and thank you for stopping by my channel. Today I'm responding to a video by a very creative booktuber, Katja Weinhert. I hope I'm saying her name right. Something she said in her video, Why Some Booktubers Have Left, resonated with me, and I wanted to respond to it. And I'm going to go through her, I think it's 9 reasons, and then add, say if I agree with it or not, and also put some at the end. So stay tuned to the end of this video, and I'll have some additional reasons or what I think. So I'm going to put my 2 cents in. So Katja has returned from a hiatus from BookTube for many reasons. And when she came back, she says that she noticed that a lot of booktubers have left. And she goes through some reasons. So let's get at it right away. So the first reason she put down is changing algorithms and monetization policies. That small channels criteria have reduced views, and financially sustainable has increased. To be financially sustainable has increased. For me, that doesn't really resonate with me because my channel has never been financially sustainable. The opposite. I spend money by this hobby, but I can understand that people want more engagement. And if the algorithms keep on changing and the monetization policies of amount of views or, you know, how many subscribers you have change, then it can be frustrating. So some people have, Katja said that some people have went to other ways to make money on YouTube, like Patreon. And I know that some booktubers that I've been watching for a long time have put on Patreon in their channel. For me, according to the views that I have, according to the subscribers and the views, that wouldn't make sense to me. And I really don't want that amount of work, because it's work, because you're making new videos especially for your Patreon people. Okay, so the next one is shifting priorities and burnout, hours, mental strain. And Katja says, who needs a hobby that feels like an unpaid job? I can resonate with that one a little bit. But the unpaid job is reading mostly. And I like to read. I love to read. But there are some problems with that. But I can understand how burnout. I've been, in August, it'll be 3 years since I've been making booktube videos. And there are other reasons beside the shifting priorities and the hours it takes to produce a YouTube video. For me, I'm not editing at all. My partner does some basic editing for me. And in fact, I used to be sitting on the couch, and he used to do everything with his camera and then switch it over to YouTube, to my desktop, and then to YouTube. But I decided that it would be better for me to just do it at my desk. So yeah, that's what I've been doing for about a month. And have I noticed that the numbers are going down since I do that? Kinda, really. So I guess well-produced videos do better. And that would be the burnout of editing and putting, you know, all the kinds of tech-savvy stuff that I don't have. But so that's shifting priorities. So number 3 is, and this is where I really resonated. It's feeling adrift, uh, booktube and the community disconnection. Um, I don't feel that I'm disconnected from the community. I've always been really connected from the community because I started um, commenting on other booktubers for so long before I started my own channel, and they're the one, and some comments were the impetus for me to start my own channel. So I already, before I even made one video, I had 100 subscribers. And then it went down because then they saw, oh, I don't like this person, maybe, or they don't like my content. But for some people, the time it takes to keep up with booktube, watching videos, making videos, can lead to the burnout. And but this is the part that got me wanting to make a response video. Katja mentioned that that she's been watching a lot of response videos, like the one I'm making right now, that are out of context to the original creator, and that, made me think that you're watching a response video, but then you're not really sure what was the original video, and it felt like you were disconnected from the community because it was like it's an inside booktuber thing. I haven't felt that because the response videos that I watch are usually booktubers that I watch constantly, so I kind of know what they're putting out. But I can understand how that can be kind of disheartening. And I'm trying now to make sure that I really put this video in context with what Katja was trying to say. And I'm doing that by actually using her reasons, and there are 9 reasons. Also, feeling adrift because of the disconnect of lack of diversity, and that could be because of you're watching only white people and she said cisgender people. I watch a variety of booktubers, and I watch because of content and personality. And it just happened that I watch a lot of diverse videos, and I think there's more diversity out there than even when I started. So I don't think you'll have problems if you really set your mind to watching diverse booktubers. The time aspect, I don't work full time anymore, and I find time to be a problem in other ways that I'll talk about later. Number 4, I'm not going to get into too much, was alternative platforms. I like TikTok, Instagram, Bookstagram. I do a little of Bookstagram, not much. I will never do TikTok. I don't like fast talking and screens that go by fast. I'll blame my age on that. And I don't want to grow by doing something I don't want to do, by going places on booktube that not booktube, but going places on the internet that I really don't feel comfortable. I'm on Goodreads a lot. I think I started Goodreads before my channel. So the number 6 is platform saturation. And I started during the pandemic, as a lot of new booktubers have started then. And I would say that the platform was already kind of saturated by then. And maybe I didn't notice. I know I started, and I know the people that I became friendly with who started the same as me. But I also don't agree, for one reason, that would make I'm not saying that wouldn't make a person feel disconnected or adrift, but I feel that there's always room for a new face. There's a channel, it's not a booktube channel, but just to give you an idea, there's a channel called The New Retired Me. And he started 1 month ago, and he has 20,000 subscribers. So if you like a person, and also Olly from Criminali, who is a booktuber, has grown a vast amount of a community, and even people who don't like horror, which is one of, horror and all that jazz, that kind of stuff or something like that. I love Olly. In fact, he's coming out with Garb August next month. I don't know if I'm going to be doing that. I did it last year, last year was the first year. But I don't know, the books that I think are garbage, I don't think they're garbage. So, but and also I've stopped doing a lot of readathons because I don't want to get burned out. But yeah, so that is feeling adrift. I don't feel adrift, but I wanted to respond to her feeling about the response videos being, out of context and maybe not giving proper notation of who's making that video and what actually that video was about. So thank you, Katja, for that. Number 4 is, I did that, alternative platform. Sorry, I'm already up to 6. There you go. Age. Well, I'll blame it on that anyway. So that's platform saturation. And I think that that's really not a problem. I think there's people leaving and coming and leaving and coming. And when you're gone for a while, maybe you notice that it feels like the platform is saturated. Of course, BookTube is more popular now than it was maybe 10 years ago. So in that sense, the platform is saturated, and I agree. Number 7 is changing interests and other hobbies. And she mentioned AuthorTube, writing, painting, etc. For me, reading will always be my main hobby. I am a writer as well. I don't talk about that much. I'm not on AuthorTube very often. I do watch Margaret Pinard, who is an AuthorTuber and a booktuber. I think now she's mostly an AuthorTuber, but I try to keep this to books because that was my original purpose in starting a channel, was books. But I'm going to come back to this one because that is affecting me now for a different reason. Okay, number 8 is negativity, and I'm very thankful that I've not received any negative comments. I mean, maybe I'm not looking for them, or they're not that obvious. I had some guys or people try to say hello, how are you, but I think they do that to everybody, and I just ignore it. But I was lucky there. But I heard that Katja, if you watch her video, which I'll have down below in the description box, she talks about an incident that she came with, and a lot of the comments mentioned negativity. And BookTube, like any other online community, will have negativity and drama. And there have been some dramatic incidents on BookTube that I'm not going to talk about. But if you're a BookTuber or you watch BookTube a lot, you might have noticed it. Okay, so number 9 is personal and professional growth, and time and attention, life changes. And I'm going to talk about that when I do my own response to that, but I can see how that can be a reason why people leave. And, I think she mentioned after that some of this is a unique combination of all these things, why people do leave BookTube. Some experiences I had, of course, our beloved Janelle left BookTube because she passed away, and that really affected me. I think that affected me more than a lot of other booktubers there was another booktuber who I didn't follow, Pax, and she also passed away, and that's the most terrible way to lose, like booktubers leave, and that one really affected me. And there was a couple of booktubers, one in particular, I won't mention her name, but she left suddenly. And for some reason, she was going to have, I'll just talk in general terms, she was going to have an author come on her channel and speak. I won't even tell you what the genre was, so you might guess. And she comes back, I'll be glad. But I was waiting for that video, and that never came, and she never came back. So I assume that something happened with that. I think she did tell me that she just had something professionally came up. Yeah, she did say that afterwards. But it was right after that video with the author that she was going to talk about. So maybe that had something to do with it, or maybe, yeah, the burnout. But she was talking about the burnout. Okay, so let me just talk about some things that are coming, why I'm responding to this video in particular. And I call it competitive reading. And it's not that I'm trying to compete with other booktubers in the amount of books they read, but when you have no books that you're reading because you're in a reading slump, and people are coming out with 11 books I read this month, 12 books I've read, and you're still reading one book or none, it can be quite demoralizing to not have a video to make. So you feel, I should be reading more, and what does that? It's just a vicious circle. And what happens is you still can't read because you're stressed out. And then I'd like to talk about what I call the pizza theory that I have. Okay, what's the pizza theory? I might have talked about this on another video, but in case you haven't heard about this, well, my theory, it's not a theory out there, it's my theory. My daughter at 17 started working at Pizza Hut, which, if you're not, I think it's all over the world, maybe. It's a pizza restaurant that, in my New York view, has terrible pizzas. But anyway, my kids love to go there, and my eldest daughter loved it really a lot until she got a job there. And she went through a bad experience in that another waitress was stealing her tips. She was seeing the way they were making the pizza. And after that, she didn't want any more pizza for a long, long time. I call that the pizza. My pizza theory is that I don't want to stop liking reading or books because of what I just said, my feeling of I need to read this amount of books to be a booktuber, or I should read this genre or not read that genre. And let me say first that I've discovered my reading has has expanded. The genres that I read now have expanded because of BookTube, and I have so many wonderful books on my TBR. So I don't think that would happen, but the pizza theory for me is a real thing, and I don't want that to happen. Maybe it's a little bit, BookTube is a little bit of a popularity contest. I don't think that people are mean to do that, but just like high school, some people are popular, some people aren't. Some people are more camera friendly, and some people aren't. Some people are old, some people are young. There are people that have high amount of video views and subscribers in every one of those categories. So I'm not saying that, but when you're not that popular, you start feeling less than, you start feeling, and this is me. I've had this problem forever, and I thought I was over it. But then, when you're not growing, when the algorithm is working against you, you start to feel that self-hatred starts coming back that you thought you worked through because you're older now and wiser. But those little feelings start coming back, and that kind of takes away the joy of BookTube, at least for me. Now, don't get me wrong. I love that people that I watch are doing so well on BookTube and are growing, and that makes me happy. I'm not a jealous person, so that's a good thing. And I watch a lot of BookTube, so I that's how I feel part of a community, and because I'm able to watch a lot of BookTube. So that's one reason that maybe some people leave. They don't feel that they're getting the engagement that they're putting into YouTube. You know, they're putting in something and they're not getting something back. And we all want to, when we work at something that we love, we want other people to give us some kind of feedback, likes, or in the case of BookTube, or comments. And yeah, so when we don't get it, we start to feel not so good. I'll just put in editing for me, because that was a big thing. I don't edit anymore. My partner used to edit, so maybe you had better produced videos before, but now you're stuck with me. So, in my non-editing view. The last one I want to talk about, because it is affecting me, it's my biggest reason. And I'm not leaving BookTube. Let me just say that right now. I'm not going to leave BookTube. But I am thinking of starting a new channel. And let me tell you why. In August, it'll be 3 years since I've been doing BookTube. And I love reading, but life stages, that's the one. I'm in my 70s now. I'll be 73 next month. So I have other things on my bucket list that I want to get done. And in fact, I'm getting them done by travel is one of them. I'm going back to Europe, thanks to my son, who works for an airline. And yeah, so he's able to get my partner a buddy pass and me a free ticket. Of course, I have to go standby, but that doesn't bother me as long as I go straight to the place and not be stranded, because I was stranded before. But anyway, what I want to talk about is that the life stages, there's less time for me. There's less time. We don't know how much time we have, of course, but you feel like you have less time. You also feel as you get older sometimes that time is going by faster. And I think they did some scientific studies where it actually does go by faster. I don't know. If you know anything about that, let me know. But I have things that I want to accomplish, and that I want to share with BookTube and everybody else. So I might during my trip or after my trip, I might start another channel in addition to BookTube. Now, of course, there's pros and cons to this. Everything I mentioned that makes booktubers want to leave, all the extra work, is still there. But also, it would be a feeling that I'm sharing what my new phase of my life is going to be like, because I always was a person who made a lot of plans, let's say. A lot of my plans didn't work out, but my travel plans always did, because they were a priority. And my motto is, you can't have everything, but you can have something if you make it a priority. And I have other interests beside travel, my cooking. I found out that I have peripheral artery disease, and I was able, with the help of a nutritionist, to completely stop it in its tracks, and which is a wonderful thing. And I have arthritis, so I use a cane. So I want to talk about how you can live a full life without having all the looks, the money, the ability, instead of, being fully able-bodied, and still have a satisfying, wonderful life. So I'm still working on how I'm going to do this. But yeah, I'm not leaving BookTube. I just want to let everybody know. And I want again to thank Katja for her very thoughtful and eloquent video. And please let me know down in the comments what you think about all this. And if you're a booktuber, have you thought of leaving? Have any of these reasons that Katja or I have espoused upon resonated with you? Please let me know. And I have to say, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you soon. And I will be back. Aloha!